heard about you for so long. Went to church with mom and dad. I had even shared with others.
Hey y'all, it's Mercy here with Channing Eleton. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hey Mercy, it's so good to see you in Modesty today. I grew up in Southern gospel music. Started playing when I was 21. I'm 44 now. That was a few years ago. In '95, I went on the road with not Gold City, but Poet Voices out of Chattanooga, playing piano. And then I live in Dalton, Georgia right now. I have a wife and 2 daughters, and Dalton, Georgia is the carpet capital of the world. That's our claim to fame. So.
When did you get saved?
Actually, when I was on the road with Gold City. I was 30 years old. It was I grew up in church, and I'd always kind of leaned on having grown up in church, and I was raised in a Christian family. But I realized one night we were playing at a revival, and the speaker got up and spoke that night. It was the year 2004, April the 5th, 2004, and he spoke that night, and I realized that I'd always just known about the Lord. I'd always heard about Him and always just kind of knew about Him, but I didn't know Him personally. And I knew if I didn't know Him, then He surely didn't know me. And that night I got it settled. And it was such a wonderful, wonderful night. I felt peace that night that I'd never felt before. That was, I had to put pride aside really fast, being with the #1 gospel group in America at that time.
What sparked your interest in Southern gospel music?
Well, I grew up around it. My dad was playing guitar with different groups, and I was just always around it, going to concerts when I was little, watching the Kingsmen and watching Anthony Berger. That just kind of lit a fire under me.
How long have you been playing piano?
I started taking when I was 6 years old, and 44 now, so a few years ago. But I didn't really get interested in the piano until I was in high school.
Who are some of your biggest musical influences?
Well, I mentioned Anthony Berger. Anthony Berger, when I was really, really young, really influenced me. Gary Jones of Gold City years ago. James Rainey, great pianist. He's here tonight. I saw him earlier. Let me think of somebody else. In the secular world, I like different guys like Bruce Hornsby. I like so many guys. There's a black gospel, bluesy gospel piano player named Richard T. that I really like. He's passed away now, but he's really influenced my style.
What is your favorite Bible verse?
1 John 5:12. And I think if there's a verse in the Bible that kind of just sums it up in one little verse, I think 1 John 5:12 is that verse, because it says, "He that hath the Son hath life. He that hath not the Son of God hath not life." And I think that just spells it out in black and white right there. You either have Jesus or you don't. It's black and white. So I always loved that verse.
What do you like to do in your free time?
Well, believe it or not, I'm an avid outdoorsman. I love to fish. I love to hunt. And in my spare time, if I'm not doing anything and have a little extra time, I love to go out. This is one of my favorite times of the year. We go out and we bow hunt, my family and I. My wife and I enjoy fishing. We've even talked about hiring a guide. Sometimes in October we will hire a guide in Chattanooga, Tennessee at Lake Chickamauga and go fishing, bass fishing. So we might do that again this year. So,
if you weren't involved in music, what would you do?
Well, I think that if I was not doing music, I would probably be on staff at a church somewhere. I would be involved in some ministry, traveling, or I just feel called to ministry. Feel called to get the word out, to get the gospel out. So if I wasn't doing it through music, I think I would just I'd find somewhere to land. I don't know. I think somewhere I would be telling somebody about Jesus and just trusting Him to take care of it.
What is your most embarrassing moment on stage?
You would ask me that. My most embarrassing moment on stage. Okay. I think we were out in Kansas, and I was playing for Gold City. And y'all, my piano bench broke. And I'm sitting there playing, and we're just going to town playing. And my piano, the welding, my seat that I travel with has a part that's welded to the beam on the floor, and it broke. And in the middle of the song, I fell, and I'm sitting there, trying to catch my balance because I'm right on the edge of the stage, and so just trying to kind of hold it together and not fall and play the song. Another time, I just remember too, my piano pedal stuck in sustain. So it was sustaining the whole time and not letting up. And we were doing an old quartet number where it was just piano. And it's sustaining the whole time. So by the time we got finished with the song, it sounded like I was sitting here doing this on the piano with my arms, with no release from the sustain pedal. And I was really embarrassed that night. So,
what is the best piece of advice you'd give a budding musician?
The best piece of advice to give a young and upcoming budding musician would be, or not even a young, just a budding musician or somebody that's a little older that's wanting to do this, play wherever you can. Whatever door God opens, if it's in a nursing home or a church, no matter what size the church is, if it's for a Sunday school, wherever, go play. Play wherever God opens the door. Stick with it and practice as much as you can when you have the time. When I played with Gold City, I was constantly practicing, and that surprised a lot of people that every day in the hotel, I would go get my little keyboard and go find a little quiet spot somewhere in the hotel lobby and just practice all day long until it was time to get ready to go to the concert. So practice hard, stay at it, be consistent, and just walk through the doors that God opens. Thank you, Mercy. God bless you.
The roads taken as they were, right up to the moment we would meet in Fredericksburg.